Hey there, everyone. Welcome to another Let's Play Disco Elysium. I'm Samuel.
And I'm feeling lucky. Let's go in and roll it, man. Let's just take the chance. Go for it.
Wait for it. Let's try to get him a little bit here. You were surprised to see my colleague, Lieutenant Kitsuragi.
Not many Sealites here, or anywhere, other than Sail. I meant no offense, truly.
Do you remember how, when we met Measurehead and I said the next races will be a really good one?
Yes.
Well, this is that racist.
Is Kim doing it to where we can put some pressure on him? Is that what he's doing right now? Should we pick up the pace?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Because this could soften him a bit. Are you, Gary? Are you a racist?
Hey, man, all I meant was there are not many Sealites around here. I'm just stating a fact.
Do you have a problem with Sealites?
No problem at all.
It's a white one, so we can check it again later. But
Let's do it. We got BK in the chat. Yes.
Is he? He's looking comfortable
it.
enough.
I blame
Maybe
BK.
it was
Let us
just
down.
beads.
It's all his fault.
Sounded like beads. But what kind of beads like a man like Gary?
No,
hiding
no,
beneath his
no.
clothes?
Are those prayer beads I keep hearing?
I don't pray, officer. Faith in non-existent helpers is a sign of weakness. Not for proper Revicolian men such as ourselves.
Well, now he's pissed me off and made our one friend happy again. Thank you for your cooperation, I guess. Jerk.
Kingdom of Conscience. The Kingdom of Conscience will be exactly as it is now. Moralists don't really have beliefs. Sometimes they stumble on one, like on a child's toy left on the carpet. The toy must be put away immediately, and the child reprimanded. Centrism isn't change, not even incremental change. It is control over yourself and the world. Exercise it. Look up at the sky, at the dark shapes of the coalition airships hanging there. Ask yourself, is there something sinister in moralism? And then answer, no. God is in his heaven. Everything is normal on Earth.
Oh, what did we get from the Kingdom of Consciousness? Learning cap for volition raised to moralist dialogue options, heal +1 morale. Nice. Cool. Let's see here. Learning cap for violation raised to 5. Learning cap for logic raised to 5. Not bad. And date of birth generator we're still working on. Okay, gotcha.
That's the one that we can swap out. Is that correct? I'm trying to remember that. Didn't we say we would take that out once it's done?
Yeah, depending on what it gives us. So.
Gotcha.
These heavy military blockades are riddled with bullet holes, crumbling.
That patch of reeds over there, it's a great place to hide something. Kind of out of the way, being so close to the water.
Wait, I can't see anything
You
interesting.
don't have a reason to. Yet.
What is this about?
Nothing. Just a hunch. The hunch passes, leaving you there, by the old boy bobbing in the water.
Time to go. Sorry. A buoy bobs in the water. The number on it says 11. So we just had one of our hunches, and we'll get to that at some point. No boat in the boathouse today. The boathouse is shoddily constructed. A strong breeze might blow it over.
Clearly it's my sort of craftsmanship there.
The door is not only barred shut, it is inaccessible. The sign says intermediate. An old ticket taker booth, no longer in operation. People paid money to park here. No one would pay now.
And yet there are cars down there.
Okay, so where are we right now?
It's the church. I'm not gonna lie. I really want to go back to uh, the hostel, and the only reason I want to do it is because of the sound, the ambient music that plays whenever you're walking out of the Whirling Rags.
Hmm. Why am I not able to fast travel right now? This section of the coast hasn't been used in decades.
Do we have to? It did say unlocked at the church, but does that mean we haven't unlocked a fast travel place inside of town? Is the church the only fast travel place that we have unlocked?
I vaguely remember something about it being... Okay.
You are here. Okay, so we can
Interesting.
only do it specifically in there.
So several
There
things
it
to
is.
do. Ah, yes. So and I'm going to take care of Grumpy Guts over here. Plus, I've got to tell her that we found her husband, too.
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again.
I ran into your husband on the coast.
Goodness, how is he? Did he say why he hasn't returned yet?
The old woman clasped her hands together over her blanket.
He's fine, ma'am. As we had suspected, he couldn't get back earlier because the water lock on the canal was broken. Now he's just finishing up some work.
Oh, yes. That's my Morel. He's bound to catch a cold staying out there for so long. But I am so relieved to hear that he's okay. Thank you for putting an old woman's heart at ease, if even a little.
You haven't, however. There are dangers out there. Our aging body's foul. Her heart won't rest until Morel is safely back with her. Now maybe she'll open up about those fascinating cryptids. Take her mind off all this.
Ooh. Anything before the roll?
There's really no point in manipulating anyone. She'd be only too pleased to tell you about her work. Go on and ask.
Hey, Lena, I'd like to hear some of the cryptids you've studied. Could you just tell me about a couple of them?
Oh, I'd be delighted. Truth be told, I could really use the company too.
One cryptid, not a couple. One. This won't turn into some kind of cryptid extravaganza.
Okay, Kim, just one little cryptid. Promise.
He nods and assumes a waiting posture. Ooh, tough choice there.
What's the most dangerous cryptid?
The gnome of Jeroma.
I've made a good choice, Shay. I am a gnome man. The gnome of Jeroma? That doesn't sound too bad.
Oh, it is. None of his victims survived. Grieving relatives never even found their bodies because the gnome's venom dissolved organic tissue.
What this cryptid look like?
It was reportedly a small creature with webbed fingers and a protruding forehead and a gangly little thing. Quite scary to look at. A couple of campers found it when it was already dying. They heard an odd wailing in the woods and followed the sound. They were scared and wrapped it in tarpaulin to suffocate it. It still took the gnome of Jeroma an entire day to die.
If the body of the creature was found, why aren't there detailed illustrations of it in science textbooks, confirming the existence of these very little species?
Alas, the first scientist who got his hands on the creature's corpse put it in a jar of formaldehyde, thinking that would detoxify the gnome's venom. Instead, all the venom leaked out of the creature's teeth and into the
Oh,
surrounding
no.
liquid, dissolving the creature itself. A poetic end, perhaps, but a real loss for science.
She says mostly to herself.
Alas, always alas, and then it was gone. Isn't that overly convenient?
Well, it was a very creative way of bringing about that. That was very well done.
I'm tempted to just be this, but
Do it.
no, it was a perfectly good explanation. Stop being so skeptical.
Sure, a perfectly good explanation. It dissolved in its own venom. Go on then. Ask about more gnomes or whatever.
We did promise only one.
Mm-hmm.
This has been educational. Sadly, we need to discuss something else.
Of course, dear.
Can I help you?
Gart, I found a new bird for the whirling. Give him the ruffled grouse.
What is this thing?
It's no biggie. I just thought it would look nice on the wall. I'm that kind of cop.
What, the interior decorating kind? You know, I'm sorry. This is actually a nice bird. A competent piece of taxidermy. I can fix it to the plaque and have a new bird in the establishment, I guess. So, I don't know. Thank you. I'm gonna go with thank you.
People just don't know how to accept gifts, especially taxidermy. He likes it. He likes the bird. It solves his broken bird problem. This was mostly about the fucking cardio. Massive cardio here. You live till 90, or you get a heart attack from running.
I feel good about our work here today. It's all about the little things, like bringing people random stuffed animals.
It's not actually about that, but he liked it.
Another thing. Great. I love those. Yes?
Yeah, nothing about that. Okay. It gave us experience points and everything, so useful. Just on that alone.
So, do you just have to be in the general area to fast travel, or do you have to be specifically by a particular thing?
I do not know. Let's
Or
check.
no, because we're just in the general area, so...
Okay, so the church, if we're going to travel more to the boardwalk, I kind of hate drawn maps like these. I much prefer the drier actually show us direct thing, but okay, here we go. So if we're at the church here and travel here, we could go around or down. Let's figure this out. Also,
Well, to the
this
fast travel, it's only a couple of minutes, so it's not like it's deducting hours away from us.
Also, we have gone to the church. We were close to the church, and it gave us that fast travel. So we technically have not actually been to the church. We thought that other place was the church, and it
Yeah.
decidedly was not. This is the place we went up to and found the body. Which Shay. I forgot something.
What'd you forget? Oh, of course, calling in that body.
Yes.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out tool.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
I need to report a dead body on the Martinez boardwalk.
One moment.
You hear her shuffling through some papers.
Can you please describe the body? Age, sex, cause of death?
Unidentified middle-aged man, height 170 to 175 centimeters, dark hair, medium build. Looks like he slipped, fell through a hole in the boardwalk, and hit his head against the metal bench.
We suspect he might have been inebriated when he fell. There were bottles all around him, and traces of vomit on his shirt.
Any signs of violence?
No, seems like it was an accident.
No field autopsy necessary.
She repeats.
You can hear her quickly typing in the background.
What about his belongings? Did you examine his clothes?
He was wearing boots, trousers, and an old leather jacket with a bright blue lining. I found a library card from his pockets.
Any information on the library card?
It's from Central Jamrock Public Library. It belongs to someone named Billy Mejan.
Good. You have a lead. Do you and Lieutenant Kitsuragi want to take the case, or should I assign it to someone else?
We're taking the case.
I have assigned the case to Lieutenant Kitsuragi. Please follow up on this library lead to identify the man. We'll send someone to take the body to the morgue. That's all for now. Thank you for reporting in. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Connect me to Jamrock Public Library.
Hold on, officer. I've got Central Jamrock Public Library on the line, and I've already introduced you to their librarian. Connecting the call in 2, 1.
Yes, this is Central Jamrock Public Library here. How can I help you, officer?
He sounds worried, yet ready to assist. This is how people get when the police call.
I'm looking for any information that you can provide on Billy Mejan, a reader.
Billy Majon, you said. Give me a moment, I'll have to check our database.
He puts down the receiver.
Yes, hello, are you still there? I found Billy Majon's home address, is that alright? No phone number, unfortunately.
They're too poor to have a phone line.
Yes, home address is fine.
Here we go, sir. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33B, apartment number 20. It's in Martinez, I believe. Cape Side Apartments, it says. That's all.
By the pier, north of here, those big apartment buildings there.
Do you have any other information on Billy Majan?
It says here that they returned their last book just a few days ago, but I wasn't at work that day.
Do you know someone who was?
Marie? Marie? Do you remember a reader named Billy Majon? They returned a Tybalt book the other day.
You hear someone answer from afar.
Yes, it was my colleague Marie. She said that it was Billy's husband who returned the book. He also asked for this new sci-fi release, Lowe's Radio City 87, but we don't have it yet.
Good. You have a name now.
So Billy Majan is a woman, not a man. How did your colleague know that it was her husband?
Marie knows Billy. She's been working here longer than me. Sometimes her husband returns some books for her.
And then goes for a little drink later. On the lookout.
Do you know the husband's name?
Sorry, no. Marie only knows him by sight.
Can Marie describe to me what the husband looked like?
Marie?
A moment passes.
She said it was an older man, and that she's pretty sure he'd had a drink or two the last time she saw him.
What was he wearing?
1 second. Sorry, Marie wasn't really paying any attention to that.
These people. Thank you. That's all from me. I have no other questions.
Happy we could help. Goodbye, officer.
The librarian hangs up the call, and the call gets redirected back to the station with a soft click.
Anything else you need from me?
I'm done with the radio for now.
57's over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set.
Okay, so they're up in the apartments. Where did we figure out the apartments? I think it was that there was
it
an
back?
entrance up here because we can't get through the other way because the freaking the one woman won't let us through.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right. We have to go around this way and then that way.
Yeah, I do remember we had to walk by a big wall.
Mm-hmm. The wall that we thought was something, but according to a roll, no, it wasn't.
It's like the entire building wasn't even there. No.
Yep. That's what it feels like sometimes. This thing does feel like playing a tabletop, though, because of all the rolls. I really like it for that reason. It's a neat mechanic.
There must be another way into the building.
So we can't go in that way.
Might need to convince someone to let us in. was trying to think, because the way that this is all connected together, I'm surprised that we can't go into the basement somewhere and then come up underneath it.
I know, right?
A sturdy metal door guards the southwest entrance to the apartment building. It's locked. This could be a way into the apartment building the smoking man vanished into.
Ma'am, we're looking for Billy Mahjong's apartment. We have important news to deliver.
No reply. You can hear faint sweeping inside. A gust of wind blows through your clothes.
Hey, are you there? I checked the backyard but couldn't get in that way.
Good. We had enough problems with bums and drunks and thieves loitering in the hallway. You have no business here.
Well,
Let's do it. Let's do it.
You're well versed in the kind of threatening legalese that implies criminal liability, but in fact has no meaning whatsoever.
ma'am, your non-compliance is hindering a police matter. I may be forced to refer you for potential prosecution.
I know my rights, and don't you mom me, boy.
But the sweeping on the other side has stopped.
Miss, would it help if we offer to show you our badges?
Ah, it's like a carrot to the stick, sort of.
Hold your horses.
Because we've both got our badges now, right?
Yes.
You hear the click of the night latch before the lady on the other side gets caught in a coughing spasm.
I don't care about your stinking badge. Just come in.
She manages to say with a wheeze.
Oh, we're in.
We are in.
Give me a moment.
An elderly woman is leaning on her broom, her knuckles white as bone. She seems to be having difficulty breathing.
The cold never does any good for my bronchitis.
She sneezes into a dirty handkerchief.
This woman's health is failing her. There's not much to do. Not in this damp.
This won't take long. I only have a few questions.
Go ahead, then. What do you want to know, policeman?
She's the cleaning lady. She knows the floor plan and the residence.
I don't think there's anything for us with the smoker, do you?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But then again, I've been completely wrong before, let's be honest.
I'm looking for Billy Mahjong. Do you know where she lives?
It's about Victor, isn't it? It's always about Victor with her. You'll find the Mahjongs in apartment 20 upstairs. It's one of those doors on the balcony.
I have a few questions about those apartments.
Ask away, policeman.
What can you tell me about... What did I just get? I'm sorry.
Oh, our birthday generator finished.
Oh, okay. Okay, then that'll pop up once we finish this conversation. What can you tell me about Cindy?
The artiste? Nothing I can do about her, I'm afraid. She ruins the walls faster than I can clean them. Still...
She leans on her broom.
She leaves an old lady to her business. More than I can say for others.
That's all, thanks.
She mumbles some kind of a response, then hacks something into her handkerchief.
Who are you?
I'm no one. Just an old woman who cleans these hallways.
Do you live here?
If you could call it living.
She spits on the floor before
I've a
wiping it
little
off with a
room
broom.
Upstairs, right next to the coal room. It's barely bigger than a closet. But I don't complain, no. I have my bed and my aching bones to keep me company. And that's all I need from this world.
She hasn't spoken to anyone for a while. Even her sentences feel rusty.
Thanks, I'm off.
Date of birth generator. You were born in the year 07, in the last year of the commune of Revachol, right before it fell, in the old military hospital on the ground floor, where people usually came to die during a snowstorm. The revolution had about 1 year left to go, and the fires were still burning bright. There were explosions in the blizzard. This was 44 years ago. You are 44 years old. The bloating might never leave your face, but beneath it, you still have some years. You still have some hope.
Learning cap for logic raised to 4. -1 to difficulty to all physique passives.
Is this one worth keeping? Do we want to swap it out for something?
Temporary research bonus, -1 suggestion, outsider. And if we wanted to forget, we could always internalize it again, I think.
Do we have 3 more areas that we can fill in? Oh no, we just have
yeah, we
those
can
to
unlock
be able
them.
to unlock.
Which we've got 1 skill point that we could use to do one of those, should we wanted to. So.
Oh, this is going to be painful though.
The graffito says, a firing squad for the rich. A note reads, foreclosed by the Martinez Realty Associates. Someone has torn down the wall. The sea below looks cold and winter gray. Apartment 8, their mailbox is overflowing. The door number 9 is locked. Someone has drawn a 5-pointed star on the wall.
That isn't just a 5-pointed star. It's an inverted white pentagram cradled in a wreath of antlers. The iconography of communism, in other words.
Inspect the symbol closer.
The star and antlers was developed in the 6th decade of the last century and quickly adopted by Mezov and the communards during the revolution. Even today, half a century after, the star and antlers retains the ability to evoke hope, disappointment, and fear in equal measure.
Why is the star upside down?
To symbolize the toppling of the old order. Also, some social democrats were already using it.
What's the deal with the antlers?
The wreath of antlers represents a natural crown. It was about building a society that could exist in accord with the natural world, and at the same time, above it.
Why white?
Because white is the color of peace.
Was it evoking me?
You see noble aims, but also mountains upon mountains of corpses. They should have taken a more measured approach. Also, you're really smart. The price of idealism, unrestrained by humanism. Never again.
I suspect that's partially because of the ideology that we internalized. This box is filled with cleaning chemicals. Smells of laundry detergent. Eviction notices and missing pets are plastered on top of each other. An old shoe rack, boots, sneakers, and old slippers. These shoes come in 3 different sizes. Apartment 12, a loud rumbling snore comes from within. These shower curtains are covered in some sort of slime. Moss crawls on the bathroom tiles. Actual moss. Balcony, there we go. The curtains shift just a little. Someone is watching from within. The breaker box is full of cigarette butts and electric wires. Someone's growing rosemary, thyme, and a cactus. Ooh, someone likes succulents like I do. Nice.
Bit of gardening.
A door to be remembered. 28. A door to be remembered. This is the door to apartment number 29. Complete silence. Whoever lives here isn't home. The door to apartment number 30. Voices from within, singing along to some buoyant dance track. Which one did they say? Apartment 20.
Number 20.
Was one of these 20?
I didn't see it on the inside, but I think that there might have been another
A weathered brown door.
balcony. Oh,
There
The
we go,
number
never mind.
reads 20. Something smells good. Soup allons, yo. The lieutenant motions to you to go ahead and knock. This is the door. You already know it's the right door. This is going to be so hard.
Don't knock. Just leave. You don't need this. You don't need to sad it up.
Hold on, Kim. We should discuss this before we move on. What should we expect?
You're right. Let's talk this through.
He looks at the apartment door and lowers his voice a bit.
You hear light footsteps passing by the door and some folk music playing on the radio.
Stupid voice assistant. You hear light foots. Yeah.
We have our first preliminary identification. In all likelihood, the deceased is the husband of Billy Méjean. We need to confirm this, as well as deliver the death notification to Billy herself. Now, delivering a death notification is never an easy task. There's a reason why it's often called the most stressful part of our job. This is why it's usually done in pairs. You got this. I'll be monitoring reactions, ready to act if necessary.
Do you have any advice on how to tell her he's
Dead? Just don't say that you know how they feel. You don't.
Good advice.
Very good advice. All right. I think I'm ready.
The lieutenant motions towards the door.
Hello? Who is it?
A voice calls out from the other side of the door.
And someone turns down the radio.
Is this Billy Mahjong's home? This is the police. Please open up the door.
The police. A moment, please give us a moment.
You hear shuffling inside.
Tidying up. Nervously. There's fear in her voice.
Come in. The door is open.
Oh, this is gonna be bad.
Yep. Packages of humanitarian aid macaronis. Windows covered in old newspaper clippings. Can't they afford curtains? A chalk-drawn height chart for children's growth over the years. A textbook for high school mathematics, trigonometry mostly. The clock is ticking away with an odd cheerfulness. The ticking makes you anxious, rings hollow in the room. It's ticking. Posters of contemporary pop stars adorn the walls. Here we go.
Hello. I'm Billy. Would you like something to drink? Tea? Lemonade? We're out of coffee. I was supposed to get some tomorrow.
The lieutenant has taken off his foggy glasses and is busy cleaning them in his handkerchief for now. You're on your own here. He must feel vulnerable without his glasses. Is this why he's letting you take the lead?
Thanks, but I'm all right.
Is this about Victor, my husband? Is he in some kind of trouble again? I can come pick him up in the station if that's what.
Oh no.
She stops her eyes, trying to read answers from your
No,
face.
this is something much worse. Is he in a hospital? How bad is it?
How about some small talk before you break the news?
You live here with Victor, your husband, right?
It's me, Victor, and the kids here. We have 2 daughters, Jenny and Jolie.
How old are your daughters?
Jolie is 16 and Jenny is turning 18 next month.
Shay, I'm not happy about this.
No, but at least they're teenagers.
Yes.
If it would have been babies, that would have been
Oh,
so much
God,
more.
yeah. And where is everybody? I don't see anyone home.
The girls are staying at their friend's place tonight. And Victor is Out.
She swallows visibly.
Out where?
He has a problem with drinking, and so he disappears every now and then. He's probably in the parks drinking with his friends. I sent him to the library a few days ago, but I guess something came up.
Do you remember what he was wearing when you last saw him?
His old leather jacket.
Can you describe it?
It's just your average brown leather jacket, but he bought it as a teenager, so...
What about the inner lining?
Yes. The lining is hand-sewn. It's blue. I tried to make the thing more weatherproof since he's running around with it in the middle of winter.
What was he supposed to do in the library?
Just to return a book of mine. Why? Why all those questions, Detective? Did he...
Do something? Break something? It's a fool's hope.
What was the name of the book?
I think it was, Thibaut's The Glinting Curve. It was pretty good.
Getting all the confirmations. What was the name of the library?
Oh, it's in Jamrock. The one at Mayrow Street. I don't know the official name.
Central Jamrock Public Library?
I think, yes, if that's the one on Mayrow.
It is.
To your knowledge, did he make it to the library?
No. I guess I'll find out when he decides to come back home. It shouldn't be long from now. He's never gone for more than a few days.
There's something else I have to tell
She
you.
folds her hands across her chest. Here it comes.
Identified the leather jacket, identified the library card, discussed things through Kim, Lieutenant's handkerchief.
You've done this before. Just keep your focus.
Ma'am, I'm very sorry to say, but your husband, Victor Majan, was found dead on the Martinez boardwalk.
What did you say?
A great and terrible spike. The blood freezes in her veins.
Your husband, Victor Majan, is dead. I'm very sorry for your loss, ma'am.
Oh.
She touches her neck, eyes pale like pearls in seawater.
Oh. But he was just...
She looks at the kitchen table where 2 cigarette butts are still in the tray.
But he was just here. Alive.
We understand this comes as a huge shock. I want you to know that me and my partner are here for you if you have any questions. Take your time, ma'am.
What happened to him?
She turns to you. Her neck and cheeks are covered with red blotches. Her double chin is shaking. It was an accident. He fell through a hole in the boardwalk and hit his head.
Was he drunk?
I mean, okay, so the bottle was empty, but if he's been gone for a few days, until we get a toxicology, we don't technically actually know if he was drunk, right?
Right.
So, we don't know yet, but we will let you know when the results arrive.
I see. And you just found him there, lying in the cold. How long had he been there?
If you say 2 days maybe, it will be etched in her mind forever.
So in other words...
Oh, we can't say 2 days because Kim said it was at most 2 days. This
Yeah.
person has not been deceased. So we honestly don't know if it's been 2 days.
It couldn't have been
So-
long, might be the most accurate one that we could give.
hmm
Because we have a kind of idea, but
She blinks, eyes welling up with tears, as her hand starts searching for something from the pockets of her dress.
Here.
the lieutenant takes out his handkerchief and offers it to the woman. She nods and slowly wipes away her tears. Is there anyone we could call for you? A friend, a family member, someone who could be here for you?
No, no. I just need to tell my girls.
The air gets sucked out of her lungs suddenly.
It burns like acid. Unreal.
God, should I call them? Should I tell them to come home?
No. A day.
No, a day to recover. You'll be better prepared when they come home tomorrow.
Good. That's probably the right thing. Thank you.
She nods, but with a wretched expression.
She can't take much more. Her stomach is churning. Soon she will have to go to the bathroom and scream.
Just tell me, what do I need to do next? Where is he? Can I see him?
We've taken him to the city morgue. The local coroner will be contacting you shortly to arrange the funeral. Here's his number in case you want to contact him earlier.
He hands her a leaflet with the morgue's contact information.
A very good call.
Is there anything else that the RCM could do for you?
No, I'll call you if something comes up. I'm still...
She rubs her face, runs her fingers over cheeks that have become numb.
Thank you. Thank you for telling me. I'll call if...
She runs out of breath.
These are her last reserves of strength. Her muscles will give in soon. Already, she starts to shake.
Again, I'm very sorry, ma'am.
We should step outside and talk.
Set the library card by her. Leave the room.
You did well.
The lieutenant says as soon as you've left the apartment. The balcony feels cool and quiet with a stunning view over the district. What now?
I'll call the station when we're finished with the day and let them know the name of the deceased.
What about Billy and her kids?
They'll manage.
That's it?
That's it. We should get back to our case now that our duty here is done.
Right. This is closed then.
Let's go.
That was tough.
Oh, I have an answer to your question. Looks like you can't just fast travel anywhere. You have to be near one of the places.
Which, that does kind of make a little bit of sense, I guess, but...
God, that was rough, though.
I'm very glad that Kuno didn't just start speaking up right then. It's like, we ain't got no time for you, right?
It's like, give me your gun, I'm shooting.
7 out of 10, prove it.
Right? Yep, that's exactly what it is. So when you're at the specific places, then you can travel.
Gotcha. Also, can we just take a moment just to appreciate Kim? The subtlety of taking out the handkerchief to clean his glasses in preparation for that. I mean,
amazing.
Wow.
Yeah. The sign reads St. Brune, 1147. By the way, this now marks the third game this week that has made me cry. And 2 of them were on stream. Hooray.
Hey, I'm right there with you. I teared up on that last one.
Dusty pews in the shadows. Many seem to be missing. Now, they said there were people in the church. I suspect we may suffer a death here, but I'm going to check anyway.
Let's do it.
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock, carelessly drilled into the wood.
Inspect the carpentry.
The carving on the door is block-like and angular, like the church itself. 2 large beams shoot downwards, sinking into the wood before they reach the threshold.
Run your hand over a beam.
The surface is smooth from the wind, but moist to the touch.
Take a closer look at the padlock.
This cheap-looking padlock is sturdily built. It shackles together a hasp and a staple screwed into the wooden door. The lock is adorned with a yellow sticker.
Look at the sticker.
You see a yellow circle with 2 X's and a big curve below them that looks like a mouth. You're pretty sure you haven't seen it before, but what the symbol depicts is clear enough. A smiling dead guy. The curve makes it smile, and the X's make it dead. There is something blindingly modern about this symbol. Its modernness puts to shame everything you've seen before.
What makes it so modern?
It's the contrast between the cheery, chemical yellow and the rigor mortis. As if the cheery guy didn't know he was dead, or the dead guy didn't care that he was. Either way, you get the sense the forces of future are at work here.
Have you seen this symbol before?
He takes off his glasses and uses a blue handkerchief to thoroughly wipe them clean before inspecting the sticker. Then he looks up, pauses, and replies.
No.
What does it look like to you?
Looks like a dead man smiling. Suggests junior delinquency.
Okay, what is junior delinquency?
For Revachol ZOC, the moral intern defined junior delinquents as minors between the ages of 10 and 16 who have committed an act in violation of the law. These acts aren't called crimes as they would be for adults. Crimes committed by minors are called delinquent acts. This was part of your officer's exams.
What is suggestive of junior delinquency here?
I haven't seen that sticker before, and I'm not a youth.
I agree, it's very modern, but does the cheery guy not know he's dead, or does the dead guy not care he is? What's the source of the irony here?
That level of conceptual thinking is not part of my skill set.
Let's do it.
There's nothing like the sound of a sticker unpeeling. Now it's stuck to your thumb.
I would say in as opposed to on,
Yes. Agreed.
because we don't want to show this to anyone.
Looks like today was a gold star day.
Inspect the staple.
The padlock passes through a staple that's been hastily attached to the wood. Closer inspection reveals that one of the screws is not a screw at all, but a nail. The work has been done recently and is unprofessional, to say the least. Should you want to get through, it might be easier to just pry the whole thing off.
This is where Mr. Prybar comes in handy.
Maybe we should circle the building first and look for another way. The building has seen enough mistreatment.
There is a touch of guilt in his voice.
We should start with that kick. Should we start with that kick drum coming from the ice? I heard a sound before.
Yes, the pulsing bass. A sure sign of junior delinquency, somewhere east of here.
There's something on the sea ice there. Nothing happens, only the sound of the padlock rattling against the door.
I don't think that's going to work.
Let's give it a walk around first and see before I give Kim any guilt.
Nope.
An altar shrouded in dark, or something like that. It's too dark to tell. You feel the shadow of a very large building fall on you. Must have taken a lot of patience to do this. Painted with pastels, someone's trying to bring cheer to the world.
A shaggy-looking girl in her late teens or early 20s kneels on the ice with an electronic contraption in her hand. Hearing you approach, she looks up.
Oh, hello there.
It's cold out here, but she's not wearing a hat. She must be freezing. Everyone knows drugs make you invulnerable to cold. You bet this one likes to party.
Have some questions for you.
For some reason, the words don't come out. Instead, you instinctively touch your collar to check your necktie.
It's crooked again! It always is! It's a traffic accident and a noose! Also, you should ask if she wants to party. Or better yet, Ask her about that hat! Lest the necktie think you're boring.
Bad necktie. I let go of the tie. I wanted to ask you some questions.
I thought you were cool. What happened, man?
I like this dynamic we're making where the tie keeps on telling us stuff and we just keep ignoring it. That's why I keep going that direction. It's amazing.
I love it. I love it so much.
I'm listening.
What's your name?
Estelle.
Her hair is dyed blonde, with dark roots showing. There's a coarseness to her features, some masculinity below that timidness.
And your surname?
Why?
Why indeed? Forget it.
Okay.
I'm not investigating her right now, so that's... What's that device you got there?
This is a portable recording device. It's for field recording. Low quality, but still.
And the wires?
Actually, just one wire. I picked on it till the braiding came loose. The wire leads to a contact microphone.
What's a contact microphone?
A contact mic records sounds from inside things, like this ice.
Your mangled brain would like you to know there is a boxer called Contact Mike.
Yeah, any news on my wife's name? What about my mother?
No. You're welcome.
Thank you.
How's that thing work?
The mic? I don't exactly know. Somehow it doesn't pick up vibrations from the air. The book said it only picks up structure-borne sound, if you like technobabble.
Where'd you get the mic from?
Same place I got the recorder from, the Palaceum.
What's the Palaceum?
Oh man, you haven't been to the Palaceum? It's the coolest place in this whole drug-addled shithole. It's a music club and a synthesizer workshop on Boogie Street in Jamrock. Musicians live there, like real musicians. I once saw Arno van Eyck.
Thinking about it really cheers her up. It's a long way from here, though.
Sounds interesting.
Oh, certainly not two.
Yeah, not two. I didn't even consider that one. Sounds interesting. Who is this Arno guy?
Oh yeah, guess you wouldn't know Van Eyck. Or really be a Palaceum going kind of person.
I get down.
I don't know what that means.
I grind.
I don't know what that means either.
I just love the self-talk about number 3. That's just hilarious.
Yeah. Neither do I, actually. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Get down, grind.
She breathes on her fingers. Looks like she doesn't know what to say.
Never mind. Let's talk about that contact mic instead.
Sure. Okay.
What are you doing out here in the cold?
Recording, I guess.
What exactly are you recording?
I think I'm recording cracks in the ice. But there's no way to tell. Not without headphones. I think I just recorded your footsteps too. Not sure how that will sound.
Wait, what happened to the headphones?
My boyfriend sold them.
What for?
I don't know, man. Things. Just stuff you need for life.
A lie. They were probably pawned off for something suspicious.
And what are those recordings for? The cracks, the footsteps?
The musicians in the Palaceum used them for making music. They looped the stuff, cutting the tapes together. They make music out of cracks in the ice and keys jangling. Crazy sounds like that. It's hard to explain.
Just nod.
Anyway, I thought I'd make some too. It's supposed to be, like, a music place anyway. I don't really know what I'm doing. They use synthesizers too. I don't have a synthesizer.
She looks at the recording device. The thing she thought would fill her hours with joy and escape. It's turning out to be an empty fantasy. She feels childish. Very useless all of a sudden.
Take this, your call.
The lieutenant begins to take off his jacket.
No, man, fuck that, I'm cool. I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry about the fuck.
It's okay.
The lieutenant backs up. He throws you a glance. You said it's supposed to be a music place. What is?
That? The boys think it could be a place, like the Palaceum or something. Stupid. It's really not gonna be a Palaceum, that's for sure.
The boys?
Yeah. Andre and the guys, they're inside. in the tent.
And why is that?
Why are you freezing out here while the boys are inside?
They got too much stuff crammed in there. No room.
Stuff like what?
Music stuff mostly. Like this tape recorder, but bigger. And there's piles of it.
Why not leave... See, Samuel would not say this, because Samuel would know better. But I'm not Samuel right now. This really does feel like playing a tabletop.
Mm-hmm.
Why not
Let's
just
do it.
leave some of it outside so you don't have to freeze?
That stuff is more expensive than I am. More expensive than any of us,
Oh.
really. Doesn't matter. I can take the cold. Go ahead.
I don't know if that's...
I mean, we could roll double sixes. And it's a white check, so we could retry it later.
Yeah, but if we miss picking it up, I mean, are we just going to fall flat, or is she going to take this as, like, okay, I'm not going to answer anything?
Well, no, we can retry it. Which
Okay.
means it's not one of those...
The device is cold to the touch. An angular Omicron logo adorns the yellow plastic cover. Underneath, you see a reel of tape rolling. You put the device back on the ice.
So there was something we could have noticed, and we didn't.
Mm.
Tell me more about this music place you've been planning in the church.
It's supposed to become like a club for Nordic dance music, like that new style of synthesizer stuff they play at the Palaceum. Except that, yeah,
She looks at the old wooden church up at the poles. As a mean wind comes blowing in, the 6-story structure lets out a doleful shriek. What is anecdotic dance music?
you know, anodic, cathodic, music that's made with electronic instruments.
Got it. How about the church?
What do you need to know?
So you want to turn the church into a club?
I know. It's not my idea. Andre and the boys found the place. It was supposed to be deserted, but now they can't even take it. Hey, don't get me wrong, but you're cops, right?
Yes, why do you ask?
Okay, well, maybe you could talk to Andre and the guys, because there are some strange things going on in that church. If you're police, you should look into it, right?
I'll talk to them.
They're inside that thing there. Would be cool if you did. Was there something else?
Did you put the padlock on the church door?
No,
Yep, I bet I know who did.
not really, no.
She's trying to get out of a direct lie with semantic tricks. She
Ah.
personally didn't put the padlock on the door.
Okay, if you personally didn't, then who did?
Yeah, you know, that's what I meant. Noid did. Noid put the padlock on the door.
Why did this Noid person put a padlock on the church door?
To keep more weirdos from getting in. Fucking Martinez. I'm sorry. It's got the worst weirdos. If you get around to it, ask Andre about him, he'll tell ya. Go ahead. Okay, bye.
More tribalistic markings. This post is covered in little humanoids. A pole screwed into the ice keeps the tent erect. Trash from some unending party.
The tent is just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of stuff. The flap is open. Inside, 3 young men, all in forward-looking apparel, reminiscent of the sticker on the padlock, are listening to some new form of music. It's like nothing you've ever heard. One of them looks at you.
And what does he say? Well, we'll have to find out that later. If you guys want to find all of our other Let's Plays, head on over to tscn.tv/play. And until next time, play on and see you guys.
Later.
This has been a production of the Samcast Network, tscn.tv. What's your passion?